After 3 weeks into the NBA season, plenty of players have been silencing their doubters so far and living up to their expectation, even going above and beyond. Some forgotten greats have also balled out, and reminding everybody how good they are, let's take a look at 7 players proving everybody wrong this season. Tristan Thompson of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just 2 seasons ago, Thompson was an absolute atrocity whose career seemed to be going downhill. After averaging a pathetic 5.8 points in just 53 games played, the 6'9 center only made Kardashian headlines when he was still with Kobe, was MIA from basketball news, and it wasn't until his impact in the Pacers series in the first round in 2018 that he started making basketball headlines again. In 2017, many people thought his career was in serious jeopardy, being another victim affected by the Kardashian curse. Even today, he's in the news for non-basketball reasons. When you type his name up on Google, after posting a picture on IG congratulating his ex, getting ridiculed by non-basketball fans for it, Thompson is having the best season of his career so far. He's only 28 years old, in the prime of his career, averaging 16.5 points, 11.5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, career highs, playing 33.5 minutes a game in the first 10 games, looked upon as the leader for the young Cavs team. After LeBron left Cleveland, Thompson's contract seemed to be looking like a waste. While he'll be a free agent after the season, during his performance with the 76ers, Tristan calmly drained 2 threes. A shocking result. After hitting 0 threes his first 8 seasons combined, he let the fans have it, being the best player on his team so far and looking like one of the best centers in the league. After playing just 43 games last season with injury, Thompson's making a huge statement. He can become Cleveland's greatest trade asset if he continues his stellar play. Ricky Rubio. The 29-year-old is playing his best basketball right now with the Suns, averaging 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, almost 9 assists. As the starting point guard, his experience and attitude is turning the franchise around. Will always be viewed as one of the point guards drafted ahead of Steph Curry in the 2009 draft class, and being average on Minnesota and Utah, many people were already giving up on Rubio, thinking he was not going to be a game changer, but his 3-year $51 million deal is bringing great value to a young team, looking like the best Suns point guard since Steve Nash. His dishing to Aaron Baines has been sensational, and giving Devin Booker easy opportunities he didn't have his first 4 seasons. Even though Rubio's not a good shooter, he already has 4 double-doubles his first 9 games with Phoenix. Without him, the team would not be one of the biggest surprises. Luke Kennard, looked at as the guy drafted right before Donovan Mitchell with the 12th pick, the 6'5 shooting guard was not living up to his expectations his first 2 seasons. Spent most of his time coming off the bench, averaging under 10 points a game his first 2 years. This season, he's one of the team's best players, putting up nearly 19 points on over 41% shooting from 3, scoring 20 plus in half his game so far. The former Duke standout is looking more and more comfortable, took a huge step in last season's playoffs. Despite losing badly to the Bucks, the Pistons exercised his 2020-21 option. Kennard will likely be in the 3-point contest one day because his team's not very good with the injury concerns to Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. Him and Andre Drummond have to be heavily relied upon to try to keep the Pistons competitive. Not to mention, he's having a better season so far than many guys selected before him like Lonzo Ball, Larry Marketing, and Dennis Smith Jr. Jabari Parker, who's still only 24 years old after 2 ACL injuries, being on 4 different teams the last 2 seasons, looking like a boss. He's been stepping up his game and is the 2nd best player on Atlanta so far. His 2-year $13 million deal is looking like it was worth taking a risk for the team. Viewed as the next superstar coming into the league as the 2nd overall pick, with comparisons to Carmelo Anthony and Paul Pierce, his averages of 17.8 points, 6 rebounds on over 55% shooting in 27.5 minutes played for a 4-6 team is much needed. Now viewed as a veteran, his defense has also improved, also more efficient than he ever was, taking closer shots. Even with all the setbacks, Parker still has time to become an all-star caliber player, having way more impact with Atlanta than any of his previous 5 years in the NBA. That leads us to Parker's former high school rival Andrew Wiggins, who was the number 1 pick in the 2014 draft class, playing the best basketball of his career in this early season. After getting heavily criticized for his lack of desire, viewed as a draft bust, putting up inefficient empty stats, to now being called one of the best clutch scorers, Wiggins took over in multiple games down the stretch this season, where Minnesota would have lost without him. After blaming his lack of progress on Tom Thibodeau, with head coach Ryan Saunders, Wiggins has been way better, more versatile, averaging 25.5 points, almost 5 rebounds, over 3 assists, career highs on over 47% shooting. He only had 17 games in his first 400 with 5+ rebounds and 5+ assists, 3 of his first 10 this this season. Everything from his passing, handles, to his outside shooting has improved, resulting in a 6-4 start, stepping up in big moments. Many believe he had the worst contract, and fans basically gave up on him. Now looking much more like a true second option to Cat, some nights Wiggins looks like the best player on the floor for either teams, despite the fact that he became the 11th youngest player to reach 8,000 career points. So-called Maple Jordan is finally playing like the #1 pick many envisioned him to become. After being booed by Timberwolves fans last season, the cheers are slowly coming back. It will be fascinating to see if Wiggins can keep this up for the next 70+ games and lead his team to the playoffs. Brandon Ingram, taking his game to a whole nother level. There were many doubts and question marks before the season whether he have a breakout year or not. Through his first 9 games, his averages of 26 points, over 7 rebounds, almost 4 assists, or nearly 54% shooting is a positive sign, showing he has tons of all-star potential. Once viewed as a bust, there's still a possibility Ingram might very well turn out to become the best player in the 2016 draft class. With his team's early struggles, they desperately need Zion back. Where Ingram has easily been the Pelicans' best player so far, making big shots down the stretch, the only guy who can consistently create his own shot, the 6'9" forward is flourishing in front of our eyes. Dwight Howard, if you watch any of my recent videos, he's certainly proven me wrong this season, finally looking like he got his act together. Perhaps I might have jinxed him too early. As the season goes on, it'll be interesting to see if Howard can keep up his production, who has been a positive for the Lakers, coming off the bench in 20 minutes of action, putting up over 7 and 7 on over 76% shooting, and behaving very well for now. So far, his big body and length is paying off defensively. Having AD on the floor at the same time is a nightmare for opposing teams, making them think twice about getting into the lane. For the first time since 2012, Howard's been receiving more praises than criticism. His PER is 3rd on the team, finally coming to realization this might be his last shot at the NBA, and being on 5 teams the last 5 seasons, desperately trying to get better, working out after games, the new hair seems to be paying off, leaving all his goofiness behind. He did admit him and JaVale McGee talks about their feud with Shaq. The only thing Dwight should be focusing on for the next 6 months is basketball, and basketball only. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love all of you. See you next time.